Okay, this is just going to be a quick run through of the Tama version of Pillarless, starting off with Big Bomb for this trick to work. I'll show you a few first things on what to expect when things go wrong, then I'll show some attempts that make the trick work with a lot of leeway, probably a lot more than you're expecting. Um, so essentially, I'm just going to let this play through just a little bit so you can see what we're getting into here. Um, this is a pretty common mistake when you're starting to learn Pillarless in general. Whenever you're jumping away from the bomb, it just means that you did the A and B press not on the same frame. It'll show it again here. I'm going to slow it down. So when you do the jump dive, you want to make sure you hit A and B on the same frame. If you don't, you're always going to jump away from the bomb. Just a quick little, show here. And then we'll get to the next clip here. So what's happening here is I'm just going to go back just a little bit. When we get to this slope, when we click A and B at the same time, what's happening is we're not going down the slope far enough, and Mario is just going to jump dive towards as if you're going to do it the old way. It just means you're not sliding down that slope quite enough. And then we'll get to the next one. So this one here, we are going to slide down enough. We're going to hit A and B on the same frame, which is what we're looking for. And then the problem with this one is you want to land on this side of the slope. If you don't, if you go past it, you're going to land on your belly, and this causes you to only roll out. You're not able to do any ground pounds, so it basically just becomes a reset at that point. So we get to the bread and butter of the trick here. So now we're going to go over to kind of like a step-by-step here. So we're going to go right to where it starts. All right, so we grab the bomb. We're going to press A and hold forward. A, forward, and then we're going to get right to the slope here. Right when you're about to hit the slope, you want to have like an uprightish right angle. It's pretty generous as to where you can have your control stick here. I'll show some examples of it later on. When you're going down this slope, again, you want to be as far down as you possibly can on the slope, but there is like a little bit of a threshold there. If you do it too early, like we just saw, you will dive this direction, but you're really looking to dive in this direction. And you want to land on this side of the slope so Mario can land on his butt. And then when he does that, you'll notice my control stick will start going towards left, and that'll just slowly make Mario go towards the left. And when you feel like the angle is lined up, you just do your jump and ground pound like you normally would with regular. And now we're going to see the same thing, and that's just with an even more of an angle that way. So really it doesn't really matter where your angle is over here. You just want to be on this side of the slope with Mario diving in this direction. That's what makes the trick work. We'll do it one more time, full speed. Yeah, and I think this one here, you'll notice that when I'm over this slope, I don't even have an upright angle here, and it's still working because I'm on this side of the slope still when I land. That's how much leeway this trick has, as long as you control Mario to land on this side of the slope. Having an upright angle just gives you more of a slope to land on. I just kind of wanted to point out that even if you don't hold upright, this trick can still work. You just need to be on this side, and Mario needs to be diving in this direction. So we're going to go to the very last clip here because it shows everything from the very beginning to the end. So we're grabbing the bomb. We're going to jump and grab him full bomb. We're going to jump neutral, hold straight up. And then as soon as we get to this slope, what I did this time is I held almost perfectly on the right notch. And even that works. Just as long as Mario is sliding down this direction to make him dive this way. You can kind of see how much leeway you have with this trick, whether you're holding up, whether you're holding right, as long as you're within this quadrant and you land on this side of the slope with Mario diving this way, you can have him land here and have him slide down. And as long as you're holding in this general left area, he'll start sliding towards the pyramid. And when you feel that the angle is correct, you just do your jump and ground pound. Right on, and that's it.